Hi everyone. Welcome to our February Tech Bite. I can't believe it's like mid to late February here already. Um, we had so this month, we had CPX, I guess a couple weeks ago now, and I felt that since we had CPX and that was, good information but kind of intense, that perhaps we should just do a quick recap for this month and not get too heavy on demos and all those sorts of things, technical issues, etc. Because a lot of people had invested a significant amount of time into CPX. So go to slideshow mode here. What I wanted to talk about was the three of the major releases, etc., that came out at CPX. I think that these are, three of the main key points, but obviously there was a lot of information, a lot of neat new features and capabilities announced for multiple products, and so on. But the three I wanted to get to was firstly, Checkpoint's SD-WAN. So we have finally gone general availability with our Checkpoint SD-WAN. Gives you the ability to optimize your branch connectivity to the internet. You can connect your offices, branches, data centers, cloud environments, etc., via a secure network. Um, Sub-second failovers. So we're literally monitoring links, and in less than a second, if a link goes down or a connection is lost, we are able to fail you over to another one quickly. This way, what we keep calling it is doesn't interrupt your Zoom session, right? It's fast enough that the Zoom can resume itself. And it's cloud managed by the Infinity portal, which is really handy and easy. And a lot of us, are already on there with one technology or another, so it's kind of feels like home. Um, the advantages of Checkpoint's SD-WAN versus a typical SD-WAN provider is the full security stack, right? So literally we have the same firewalling, IPS, app control, anti-malware, 0-day protection with sandblast and the threat emulation. We have all those things built already into it. It's got the same wonderful checkpoint security that your network has today, and we're actually going to talk about that too in a little bit here. And it's embedded into your existing security gateways, right? So you can literally use your existing machines, assuming that they are the most recent models, right? The 2000 series, 2020 appliances, I should say. But you can use your existing machines and just go ahead and use that for SD-WAN. There's no need to purchase additional gear. Further consolidation of management, right? So once again, we're able to consolidate this onto the Infinity portal, right? Where you can kind of be your single pane of glass, as we always talk about, as much as that word is become a bit overused. And integrated SD-WAN and security. When you get the SD-WAN from Checkpoint is built to be secure, right? It's an integrated solution, right? Because that's what we do. We're a security company. Um, there's there can be a disconnect between a SD-WAN provider and a security tool where things can kind of get lost in the cracks. But here with Checkpoint, it's all one and the same, right? And I wanted to just point this out, this little chart. Literally in the initial release, which is basically today, or a couple weeks ago, your gateways, as long as they're on already 1.10, can support the SD-WAN feature. The management requires a jumbo hotfix, which is available, and the management is done again by the Infinity portal. And you can see at the bottom the appliances, the 3000 series, 6000 series, 7000s. the 16200 and the 28000s, all of them support this right now. So if you have any one of these appliances, most, I would say the majority of mine and Mark's customers are, or mine and Bryn's customers are on the 6000 series. If you're on already 1.10, you're ready to go. And you can see on the right side of the chart, the throughput capability for the SD-WAN with threat prevention turned on. So I'll give a quick pause for that, see if we got any questions in the chat, perhaps.
Hey, Joe, I do have, maybe you would want to just spend 1 minute kind of explaining how Harmony Connect and our SD-WAN sort of relate to each other. Are they, does one require the other, or just how they kind of interact with each other?
Yeah, so the Harmony Connect, which we've had for SD-WAN for, it feels like a long time now, probably a couple of years. The Harmony Connect is built to secure a different provider's SD-WAN system. So if you have a provider that like Silver Peak or Cisco or somebody that does the SD-WAN for you, the Harmony Connect can natively and quickly integrate with that technology. And that gives you, again, that's like firewall as a service. So it gives you all the great features of a checkpoint firewall. This solution is to actually provide the SD-WAN. So you don't need a Cisco or a Silver Peak or, whoever. We are able to both do the SD-WAN and of course apply the same great security technologies that we've always had. So that's kind of the difference. Does that help?
Perfect. That's great. Yes.
Cool. So I don't see any questions in the chat, which is fine. I'm going to move forward to the next section, and we can always circle back if you have any questions. So Horizon, we heard about Horizon. Horizon being our MDR, XDR, basically our detection and response services. The two main flavors that were introduced, or perhaps had major tweaks or changes to them, announced at CPX, was the managed prevention and response and the extended prevention and response. So the managed prevention, or MPR, is SOC as a service, right? Literally, you outsource your monitoring, your management, your response to incidents, etc. to us. We have automated tools and people looking at, your events. We also have the XPR, extended prevention. That is the tools that we use to do this analysis, but available to you, the customer, so that your analysts and your SOC can use them to do this. The nice thing is being a checkpoint technology, it's focused on prevention, right, and automation. So there's a lot of ways to quickly take an event and say, hey, this is a security issue, give it a couple clicks, and bam, a new rule is generated on your product, and you can go ahead and move forward, right? Both of these are managed via cloud from the Infinity portal again. And as we probably know from previous discussions, both of these services are vendor agnostic, right? They're not just for checkpoint. We provide this service for a range of competitor and third-party technologies, and the list is growing pretty quickly. There we go. Okay, we got one of these build out slides that I stole from another deck. So Horizon Events, that one is our way to unify checkpoint logs and data into one dashboard. Horizon XDR, again, the tools to do your own incident and threat hunting. And Horizon MDR or MPR is the full threat management, complete with experts and some incident response time built into it. So is there any questions on Horizon's offerings or big changes? Again, I'm checking the chat. Don't see anything yet, which is fine. Okay. So the last part is there was some third-party analysis that came out where we did really well. And I want to highlight two of them. First, the Frost Radar CNAPP or Cloud Native Application Platform Protection. This was a comparison of the vendors out in the industry who have a tool or set of products to protect cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, but also some of the private cloud ones as well. Checkpoint actually was the most, in the quadrant, we were the most to the right, which says we are the most innovative of all the vendors they looked at. We were also, one of the top, towards the top of, a few up there with us, but we were most to the right. And specifically what they said was that Checkpoint continues to leverage its strong cybersecurity portfolio and has taken a cloud-centric approach over the last 2 years to come up with a feature-rich CNAPP solution that features capabilities needed for customers to protect their cloud assets, applications, network, and workloads with one unified platform. Specifically, they called out Spectral development tools, which is our tool that enables us to quickly look at the configuration of applications of services offered off of the cloud, and also called out Shift Left, which was our ability to remediate issues before going to production. It's literally anti-exploit, antivirus, etc. for code out in the cloud. So they really thought that those technologies combined with some of the other ones like cloud security posture management specifically really gave us the edge on that on the cloud. And then the other one I'll call out, which I thought was great, was the MIRCOM 2023 Next Generation Firewall Report. So MIRCOM is a lot like Forrester or Gartner, if you're not familiar. MIRCOM is more of a hands-on type company, right? They're spending their time actually using the product and giving it the hard tests. We actually did so well comparatively that we invited one of the people from, one of the execs from MIRCOM to come and talk at CPX, and you might have saw him in one of the sessions. What they did for this test is they did what they call 0+1 day, which means that they're looking for malware that either was not on VirusTotal or was new within the last 24 hours to VirusTotal. So this is very tricky malware, right? Because it's essentially brand new. Checkpoint had a 99.7% block rate on this malware, 99.9% on phishing, and an ultra low 0.1% false positive. And all of these marks led the comparison by a large margin. Really, it demonstrated CP's effectiveness against, 0 days, brand new attacks, etc. We really, kind of couldn't have done much better. And they actually included a chart, so you can see right here. And the blue is things that were prevented. The orange were things that were detected. So you can see some of the competitors, they detected a significant portion of the attacks, but let them through, right? They went ahead and went into the entered the network, or the user was able to access the malicious site. So, yeah, we did great. And, I really thought that this was, awesome, and that we should probably share that. So, uh, that's actually it. That's all I had for today, just to kind of sum up what we saw at CPX. I was wondering if there are any questions. I'll look one more time at the chat. I do not see anything. And of course, if anybody has anything they want to contact me about, or any suggestions for a future session, we would love to hear that feedback.